What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of our Wilderness Slayer Guide. And this one we'll be doing Hellhounds. Great for hard clues, decent loot because it's in the Wilderness Slayer Cave, and decent XP. Alright, so for our setup, we'll be going classic Makas, prayer and strength, 20 prayer bonus, 113 strength, and not needing a defender allows for an extra spot. That will be Barrows, Gloves, and B-Ring in this case. Whichever one of those you prefer. How much we're risking in that setup will be just proselyte, strength, and the classic few items you can buy back right away. 15k total guide value, pretty much nothing. So for the no risk whip setup, you're gonna have to drop Barrows Gloves for rune gloves. But with the high defense of the Hellhounds, this will get you more DPS than dual Makas. If you have to switch to the Dragon Scimitar, that's fine, but it'll give you a little bit less DPS than the dual Makas, and you'll need to use an extra equipment slot with the Dragon Defender. For items kept, pretty much exactly the same as our last setup, you just lose an extra 5k with the rune gloves, not a big deal. Now I'll try to cover range real quickly. You can do the crystal armor setup with your best bow, and if you want a no risk setup, you can do rune gloves. If you don't mind risking a little bit, switch to Barrows Gloves. Now the crystal setup is really good for the cannon. It'll hit more often because the bow has pretty high range accuracy. 174, which is really nice for the cannon. If you don't want to do this setup, you can switch to Atlatl and just switch the ring out for B-Ring and Black D-Hide. Alright, so for melee, here's a quick overview of all the setups. We'll see the dual Makas with Barrows Gloves are in number 1. The time to kill is 18.7. And you can see all these time to kills are relatively low. Loadout 3 is the one with Dragon Sim, so that's the only one that's really egregious. Loadout 2, Whip with Rune Gloves. Loadout 4, Voidwaker with Rune Gloves. Voidwaker and Whip are nearly the same, but what I'm going to run is Voidwaker and Barrows Gloves, and that'll get a 17.8 second kill time for 130k risk, 150k risk. And for range, the DPS calc will have Atlatl actually winning here, even over the Crystal Bow of Ferdinand. So the Bofa and Atlatl are very close in kill time, so it's pretty much whatever you prefer. With the Bofa, you're not wasting ammo, and you have better prayer bonus. You can see that the Crystal Bow definitely falls off here. 5-second extra time to kill nearly. So not recommended, but it'll help out your cannon a lot compared to the Atlatl. Now this setup isn't the best for DPS, but what it will do is get you the most clues per task. With this setup, on drop rate, you should get 3 to 4 hard clues per task. With the Ring of Wealth, it takes the drop rate down from 1 in 64 to 1 in 32. And this setup is still very cheap. You'll lose some DPS, but you still won't lose anything of value much. And if you're doing Wilderness, you can get Dragon Stones and Scrolls really easy. So even if you lose the Ring of Wealth, it's not a big deal. So Bracelets of Slaughter extend your task by 33%. That means you just take the amount of Slayer creatures you have, times it by 1.33. And that is how many creatures we'll be killing now. Divide that by the drop rate of hard clues, 3.5. And this will also help you know how many bracelet charges you need. Now to get to the Slayer Cave from the bank, go south, head to the obelisk, teleport to the obelisk, enter the cave. And they'll be just on the east here. Don't have to go much north. It's right here. Alright, now let's make the trip. Set up your quick prayers. Alright, so you can set up your cannon about this spot. Should get everything pretty accurately. This guy can come in, but that's just off the start. He shouldn't come back at all. Full prayer points. I could AFK for 5 minutes. Pretty solid. Nice, early on to our task, we already got a Laren's key. Looks like we did drag the bandit again because of the cannon, but I'll just focus on not killing him. It seems like when I ran over here, the thief actually ran away from me. So, might be a way to get rid of him. And just like that, second Laren's key already. Pretty early on to the task, we have 56 left. So this clue setup really isn't great combat XP. I mean, I'm still getting 90k defense XP per hour, but it does feel pretty weak. The cannon's definitely saving me. 83k ranged XP per hour, leading to 63k Slayer XP per hour, which is really good for a clue setup, but I'm just getting unlucky on clues. I should have 2 by now. Alright, I got a hard clue that I dropped, but if you want to save out all your hard clues, when you pick one up, empty the cannon, drag them over here, you can put them wherever, and then fire the cannon again. That's because when you have your cannon going, if you kill a Hellhound while you have the hard clue in your inventory, you won't get another hard clue drop. Oh, and then here's the second hard clue, so same thing. I'm gonna empty the cannon. And start again. Also, if you don't want to risk too many cannonballs, when you come here, you can just bank your hard clue. Well, not bank it, but put it on the ground next to the bank, and then grab your cannonballs and come back here, because in the end, we're gonna have to move the hard clues anyways. Alright, so my cannon ran out. There's only 10 left, so I'm not gonna grab any more, but with the Clue Hunter equipment, we're looking at almost 80k range XP per hour, over 25k HP, over 60k Slayer, and over 80k defense. That's pretty solid for wearing Clue Hunter gear. So far, we're a bit unlucky on hard clues. We should have 3, but hey, 2's not bad. The end of my trip, I'm just gonna put the hard clue here, grab the other one, and then grabbing the second one won't be as hard now. I won't have to traverse this cave, I won't have to deal with PKers. Got the second one, so now I'm gonna teleport out. Alright, thanks for watching our Hellhound guide, almost to the end. Great hard clues, over 60k Slayer XP per hour if you can cannon the whole time, and overall pretty AFK. For the loot, we got 2 hard clues and 2 Laren's keys, which is great. The rest is just a little bit of supplies from the Wilderness Slayer cave, but still helpful. We probably evened out on Blighted Restores, so technically didn't use any. And for the next video, we'll be going to barraging Abyssal Demons. Pretty good. That's all for this video, but there will be plenty more coming in the series. Make sure you like and subscribe, and ring those bells to make sure you get to the next one. Well, I wanted a nice clue opening this video, but turns out, not even getting 2 clues. I can't do this heraldic helm. Yo! No way! Gilded plate legs! Yo, Mani!
What?
7 mil! 7 mil from the hard clue! Not bad, not bad. Wow.